Hi guys, so the other day, I drew a map of the US, but instead of it just being all of the states, they were objects and animals and other things. So I'm just going to show you them and explain all of them to you. So, first state is Alabama. I did Alabama as a popsicle because it's the only thing I could actually think of. So, yes, that's why I did Alabama as a popsicle. Well, ice lolly. And Alaska I did as a flower for the same reason. I did Arizona as, I don't really know what it is. I suppose it's pudding or something. So I did that as a pudding because I thought it kind of looked like a pudding with a strawberry in the bottom right corner. Then there's Arkansas. And I did that as a pot, a broken plant pot, because if you look at it right, it kind of does look like that. There's California. I did as a very angry seagull because the top bit is the head and all of the parts under that is the beak. Then Colorado I did as a picture frame because that's all I could think of. Connecticut I did as a stapler for no particular reason. I didn't think Connecticut really looked like anything, so I just had to improvise. Same thing with Delaware. I had to do it as a cherry because I couldn't figure out anything else. So, yeah. Now, Florida I did as a net because I don't think anyone can deny that Florida looks at least a little bit like a net. Georgia is a coffee machine because that's all I could think of. Hawaii is breadcrumbs because that's literally, Hawaii's an island chain. It doesn't look like anything. Idaho I did as a gun because if you turn it on its side, it's a gun. Illinois I did as a bird, a blue bird, because that's the only thing I could think of. And I decided to do Indiana as a speech bubble saying fart because the Indiana is right next to Illinois, and the bit of the speech mark where it ends is right next to the bird, which is Illinois' bum. Iowa is a face because there's the nose and the rest of the head. Then Kansas is a chocolate cake with a bit fallen off because that's all I could think of. Kentucky is Kentucky Fried Chicken because why not? Louisiana's a boot because it kind of looks like a boot. A lot of people say it looks like a boot. Maine is a chinchilla because it looks like a chinchilla head, and also chinchillas are my favourite animals. Maryland is a plant with bananas growing off it because I don't know why, it goes good with the fruit Delaware. Massachusetts is, I don't really know what it is. It's the end of a hospital bed, which is that bit that's on the east side of the Cape Cod Bay, and the rest is like a foot that's like a plaster cast. Michigan is a seal and a fish. I don't know why I did that. I saw it somewhere, so I decided to take that idea, but shout out to whoever came up with that idea. Minnesota I did as a plug because that's all I could think of. Mississippi is a butter knife because, like I said, I don't know why I said most of the, you know what, look, most of these are just going to be because it's the only thing I could think of. A butter knife is the only thing I could think of. Then Missouri is an elephant because the bottom bit's the trunk and the rest is the head. Then Montana is a dog, because that's all I could think of. Nebraska's an iron, because that's what it looks like. Nevada is a guillotine. I think that's how you say it. Well, guillotine, because it kind of looks like one. New Hampshire's a cheese, because that's all I could think of. New Jersey is a bean, because if you look at it right, it's like an upside down bean. Yeah, so New Mexico is a red flag, because when you go to America, New Mexico is definitely the first red flag. New York is Pinocchio, because that's literally the only thing I could think of. Like, what are you supposed to... What does New York look like? North Carolina is an ice cream, because that's the only thing I could think of. North Dakota is a bread loaf, because that's the only thing I could think of, and it went quite well with Hawaii. Ohio is a rhinoceros, because if you look at it right, it kind of looks like a rhinoceros head. Oklahoma's a pan, because it literally is a pan. Oregon's a butterfly, because that's literally all I could think of that is easy to draw. Pennsylvania is a price tag, because that's all I could think of. Rhode Island is a small tooth, because it kind of looks like one. South Carolina is a dish. I don't know why. South Dakota is a cloth. If you looked at it at the beginning, you probably were wondering what South Dakota is. Yeah, to answer your question, it's a cloth. Tennessee is a ship. If you see the little black bit on the top, you'll know. And Texas is a bunch of arrows, because that's literally all I could think of. Utah is a table with a cheese sandwich on it, because really that's all I could think of. Vermont is a V, because Vermont begins with a V, and also it kind of looks like a V. Virginia was a cat was nobody but just a tail, because it looked funny, and also that's pretty much all I could think of at that moment. Washington DC is a hand. No, not Washington DC, like Washington, just regular Washington is a hand, and all I have to say about this is yas. And Washington DC, I actually didn't do that one because it wasn't on the map I was tracing on. West Virginia's a girl with pigtails, because that's all I could think of, and that's what it kind of looks like. Wisconsin's a bamboo shoot, because that's what I think it looks like. And last but not least, Wyoming is a brick. Yeah, real creative. Anyway, that's all for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. If you weren't, I hope your day. I hope that watching this video makes it better. Okay, see you. Bye. Also, go and check out my Snapchat.